KC from the Ave.
Yes, sir. Good morning, good people.
Buenos dias.
Welcome back to the table. This is Spade of Spades Podcast. Good morning. KC's back with us at the table.
Feels good.
We missed you.
Missed y'all too, man. It's like I was having a separation anxiety.
I know you was watching the show when when you had got time, but I know when you couldn't be here, you was like, dang, like I want to be there for those conversations.
I don't like to elaborate on how I feel too much. Like I do when it's necessary, but I'm not gonna sit there and keep reiterating. Like I'm gonna just let it go, bro. Like yeah, it hurt. No need to dwell on that. You know, it is what it is. Keep moving forward.
All right, so real quick before we jump into the topic, this vaccine, all right. There's been a lot of talk in the community about, people still not getting the vaccine. And I understand, just because from a historical standpoint, we've been at the forefront of being the test dummies for, how, scientists
it hurt the hard hearing test
yeah.
dummy. I felt, a little defensive about that, but I understood the emotions, why, it hurt so bad, because it's true. But yeah.
So yeah, from that standpoint, there's still a lot of, hurt and just I guess doubt that
trust
that the vaccine will actually work. And we've had prominent black leaders go out and get it and encourage everyone else to get it, but it's still really difficult to, even with 500,000 people gone, which is still unbelievable to even think about, but it's still a lot of people, just period, not just in our community but just across the country, that just feel like, well, I don't get the flu shot, so why should I get this?
I
And
understand.
there's been especially overseas, there's been like cases where people have had reactions to the vaccine and whatnot, but people like Wendy Williams, who I don't want to talk about too much, but I don't even see how she got a show, to be honest. But
I don't know what she did. Can you raise my awareness on that?
So did you see the clip when she was talking to Dr. Oz, and Dr. Oz basically asked her, "Hey, are you going to get the vaccine?" She said, "No, I don't trust it. I don't trust it at all." But this is the same woman that
she has a following,
snorting lines of coke.
She's a
but you don't want to get a vaccine that can help you not get sick and possibly die. But like I said, I understand people don't trust the system.
I don't trust this.
I would say this. A possibility to look at her standpoint, she may be already sick. That's why she like, I don't need that because I'm already sick. Like you didn't stop this from happening. you think about it that way, like she already may have issues and not know, so she is sick.
You right about that. You right about that, Slim.
So why would she turn towards something that she feel like she already is sick? She has no trust in it. She feel like it's gonna make her worse than she already is.
But in that same video, didn't he say that he ain't trust it either? Or am I tripping?
I don't know. I didn't see that clip.
I think he said that also, that he didn't trust it either.
You say you don't trust it?
No, I don't trust it. No.
That's fair.
I just seen the clip.
If you don't know, you don't know. You got to really educate yourself on what you putting on your body. You got to know what it's doing. You know, so in order for you to feel comfortable with it, you got to be able to label it like, all right, this is what's going on. This is that. And you're like, all right, I know. So now I got comfort and relief. You know,
yeah.
How about you?
And I'm afraid because a couple of my family members that got it, and you know what I'm saying, reading how a couple people passed away on it, a couple people got little diseases from it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of concerned from that point of view. You know what I'm saying? Because you hearing when they were trying to incite people to do the test, they offering money, they offering chicken.
Are you talking about
they offering weed? Who are you?
You talking about that trial where they'll infect you with the virus and they'll pay you like $5,000 or something like that?
Get to do that?
Yeah.
Money, chicken, and weed. Who are you trying to get? Who direct people you trying to get at? You know?
Did you contemplate that chicken where the chicken almost get you? You was like, no. Nah, you was like, nah, fuck that. I ain't doing that at all. Nah, man. I got it, bro. I got both doses. So
weed, chicken, watermelon, grape soda.
People try to bribe me.
Yeah, no. So if someone's trying to give you a gift,
don't try to disrespect
me.
Me. That's what they be doing that work.
You trying to distract me.
They disrespectful, and then they want me to do something, and then like, I'll pay for your food. You're not about to keep doing that to me. No.
but it works though, right?
It did. but now I'm like, you're not about to keep doing that. I see what you're doing now.
But when you came down and you centered yourself and what happened, you thought about it. You was like, hold up, what's going on here? Why would they give me chicken? You know, why this? You know, why something so easy? You know, something as simple like, all right, it's cheap for them and it's a win for you. It's like you like food? Take this.
Keep my integrity and I'm gonna pay for my food. Fuck that.
Yeah, I don't care. Anything involving food, I'm there for. I don't even care.
I feel that.
I can't turn down food. No, but real quick before we move on though, even things like aspirin and like Tylenol, ibuprofen, like I refuse to take that stuff unless I'm having like a migraine or something and it's like excruciating.
I don't even take that stuff for migraines. I really just eat it out. I just take that.
Pills I take it. It's like vitamins or something that's gonna help me get throughout the day that I need because everybody you don't get the the necessary vitamins that you need. So it's like that's the only thing that I do because I can tell the difference between when I don't take the vitamins and when I do. You know what I'm saying? I feel weaker. So that's the only thing. Before it's like ibuprofen, if I have to, then I would.
Right.
But I try to, stay away.
Any of that stuff, like Tylenol, like Aleve, like Benadryl, all that stuff. I try to either like sleep it off if I can or eat.
Smoke it off.
I'm not a smoker. Yeah,
I'm not a fan of what pharmaceuticals does to the human body. How they alter your neurotransmitters. I'm a little nerd, so I look at it at the micro level of science. With these drugs and everything is doing. That's how. I feel like that's my comfort zone. There's science. I stand behind it, like facts and everything. Yeah. I want to know what's going on. I'm curious.
Facts. They gonna say the name brand and what they can do loud as hell, but then when it comes to the side effects, you know what I'm saying? You might have a heart attack. Your kidney might fall out your ass. They say it real slow. They don't want to hear that shit.
You notice that on commercials? They'll like either speed up the speech or it'll get real low. Yeah,
get real low. You can have a heart attack.
Don't put stuff in a little small print.
Right. Yeah.
Fast as hell. I'm like, wait a minute.
Right.
SNL be parodied in that sometimes, and that shit be funny as hell. But still, that shit terrible. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I'm coming to need care for or help with is the side effects is way worse than what I need help with. And then it's like if you had these kind of issues, then you might not need to take this, or if you've been in this area, you might not want to be there.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Like if I was, what I'm saying, it was like if you be in the fungal areas or like the rainforest or something like that, or tropical areas, then you can't take this because it will fuck you up. I'm like, bro, are you trying to hurt me or help me?
Yeah, how is the remedies? It remedies like 3, 4, 5 things, but like the side effects is like 12 things. Like, what's the benefit?
Exactly. And then people like and people look down on like country remedies, but you got to understand there was a point in time when we had none of this stuff, and they had to use that stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's probably better than you to have of the stuff that's in here, that's in the stores today. You feel me?
I look at it like this: if you do what you need to do to protect your body, keep it healthy, keep it safe, all the things a living organism needs, as far as like water, meditation, you know, resetting itself, actually breathing, actually taking the time to focus on breathing. Like most people don't even do that. If you really take care of your body properly, I don't think that vaccine is going to kill you, because it's just a dead cell of, you know, the virus. That's all it is, a dead cell, you know.
That's been altered.
Yeah, you know, with solution.
Right.
So it can go into your body, so your body can kind of taste it, get a sample, and then from there, after that sample, your body can adjust and be able to fight it off next time it come across. That's it. It's that simple.
Well, I mean, my parents have already received both doses.
I did too. I got the Pfizer vaccination.
I said a prayer for you, bro.
Appreciate it. But I felt like, honestly, I could tell you what happened.
No funny though.
No, it's fine. You like, bro.
No funny though. Like,
whatever happens is like the universe is great. I believe my body is strong.
Yeah.
It's one. So I take it how it is. But with that being said, like I felt pain the first time I got the shot in my left arm. That's the arm I got it in. But after one day, it went away. So the next shot, you get 2 doses. So the next one, I felt pain that day and the next day. Like, it was really excruciating. Like, it's real bad. It hurt. It had me a little dead arm hanging. Like, but, you know, after 2 days, it was done with. And the second day, I just had a real bad headache. For me, that was my experience.
Now, is the pains from the needle or
nah, from
vaccine?
Actually sitting in your arm and trying to actually like dissolve and go through your body, like because it's sitting there and it's slowly just dissolving in your arm and going through your body.
The headache, I was a little concerned, but you said it was just slight and it went away.
Yeah, I mean, it was annoying, but it went away.
Yeah,
you know, after a day.
They're gonna make it mandatory that we got to take that shit.
Yeah, and that's why I looked at it as like, might as well go for it now, bro. Get it while you can, knock it out, because look, I like to travel and live life. I'm not about to live life restricted, so I just got to do what I got to do.
Like a video game. I let all the little prototypes, the first bugs and stuff, I let that come out, and then, you know what I'm saying, I get the revamped version, you know what I'm saying, they fix all the bugs, kinks and stuff.
I'm just waiting for the VA to tell me, hey, come get the shot.
Yeah, and I have to come get it.
That's what you waiting on.
I'm just waiting. Yeah, I'm going to go to the VA and get mine, yeah. But, yeah, I mean, I for the most part, what I've heard is, like, the first dose you get, you're fine, but the second dose, you know, some people tend to have, like, some minor symptoms like headache and fatigue.
You know, Hank Aaron died after him getting the vaccine.
Yeah.
What?
Hank Aaron, you know, the baseball player, he died right after getting the vaccine. And there was a lady in Bethesda who died right after getting the vaccine.
I didn't hear that.
Yes, that's why
I thought Hank just died from like natural causes.
I mean, that probably was the case, but it just happened to happen right after he took the vaccine.
I don't think the vaccine killed him.
But yeah, that's what I was about to say. We never know. We don't know his state. We don't know his state of health.
I'm just saying. I'm like, and then another lady died right after.
But to be honest, the statistics from the people dying is pretty low.
Yeah,
it's pretty low, bro.
Yeah,
I mean, like 2 to 5 out of like probably like 1,000 a million, something like that. I'm not completely accurate.
It's probably low to jump out and parachute, but fuck that. If you don't feel like, if you don't want to change your life for that little bit, then don't do it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
I mean, a lot of people's gonna be, you know, resistant to getting it, but you know, like you said, Casey, at some point, we all have to get it in order if we want to travel and do certain things, go to sporting events,
go to work,
maybe even work. Yeah,
they was talking about that. You can't go to work.
Yeah, some jobs gonna require you to have that card to have that
to work. Yeah, it's gonna get real when you have that conversation with your manager. Yeah, so You know, so did you get it done? Did you get it?
But my main reason for doing that, I believe, though, I feel like fear kills, and I'm not gonna let my fear kill me. You know, I was afraid to get a little bit. I contemplated, I'm like, dang, what this doing had me messed up. I'm like, at the end of the day, you know, me being afraid is probably gonna kill me more than, you know, just standing up with my chin up, bro.
Right about that.
There's nothing to fear, but fear itself.
That's right about that.
All right, moving on to the topic of the day.
Yeah.
Disagreements and arguments. So, and we've talked about this briefly before, but the notion is, you know, when you have a disagreement with someone, well, especially, you know, your woman, your lady, whoever you're dealing with, things can get blown out of proportion very quickly, very easily, especially like because like us as men, you know, most of us have like deep voices that carry for the most part. So
we're intimidating too.
Right. So like any little small increase in tone in our voices, it whatever the disagreement was about, now is no longer about that. It's about, why are you yelling at me?
You're too loud. No, that's because
you being disrespectful.
No idea, bro.
That defensive though,
I mean,
it's kind of intimidating for someone who can't reach that level. You gotta get it. For someone who feels like, all right, I can't match that. Now, how can I get them back to, you know, meet me at an equal level? So you gotta look at it. And
perception is everything, because you know what I'm saying. I have a little issue with my anger, but I like to, you know, keep it intact. And then sometimes when I'm thinking I'm keeping it intact, and I'm thinking I'm just having a conversation, people
strike something.
You know, people perception is everything. Mm-hmm. You might not think you yelling, but somebody else might think you going the fuck off. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta pay attention to that. You know what I'm saying? It's all about perception sometimes. You might not think you doing something, but how somebody's percepting that is different. And you gotta cater to that if you fuck with that person. You know what I'm saying? Just because you thinking you doing something else, that don't mean that person might think, you know, I'm thinking I'm doing something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm doing this. But another person on the corner like, this nigga digging in his nose, but I'm just scratching the side of my nose. But you know I'm digging my nose because you over there in that perspective.
Mm-hmm. Then you go tell someone, look, he just digging his nose. Don't shake his hand.
But it wasn't even like that.
You know
starting rumors, starting a whole something that didn't even exist, creating because you didn't bother to check yourself. Actually, think about, hold up. You know, my perspective is just this vision. What about the other side? You know.
First of all, why are you even in my face?
Yeah, why you got to worry about me?
So what if I'm digging up my nose? I mean, I don't do that, but you know what I'm saying?
I mean, just don't shake that person's hand. I'm not gonna lie. You still a cool dude if you're digging your nose. I ain't judging you. I'm not about to shake your hand though. Do your thing.
Yeah, but no.
Hey, buddy.
I don't want to be close to that. I like to wash my hands, keep it cool.
Scene in Blue Street when he was in the bed.
That's traumatizing. But you know the crazy part of that. With interactions with people, like the fact that some people are that nasty and really do that stuff. Like you interact with people, you talk to them, like, oh hey, this. They go to the bathroom and you seen someone in a while, and they're like, oh, how you been? They just get so excited.
They got ball musk in their hand and shaking your hand. Go ahead, though.
Oh, it's traumatizing. That's why I don't like shaking hands too much.
Not too much, bro. For real. Especially when the
bro. He was like, put it there. Bring it up.
He was like, how you doing?
Nah, so okay. So real quick, y'all know how you in the bathroom, right? You using the bathroom, you at the stall, and then somebody come in, they stand right next to you.
Have a conversation with you.
Yeah.
I'm like,
it's not the time for a conversation.
And that happens at work a lot. Funny you just said that, Vic. Let me tell you, bruh, it was the other day. I went to the bathroom. I went to go pee. And my customer that was at one of my tables, he was in the bathroom too. They was about to leave. So, but, I'm just using the bathroom. I'm using the bathroom. As soon as I used the bathroom, Vic, I didn't even get a chance to, like, all the way zip my shit up and go wash my hands. This nigga handed me my tip, which is you know.
Whoa. I'm like, the tip? He gave you the tip?
I'm a waiter.
Nah, let me stop.
I'm a waiter. Okay? I'm a waiter. I'm at a restaurant.
Nah, I'm messing with you. I'm just messing with you.
I know you are. But
he's like, you better specify. He's like, yeah, he just handed me a tip and I waited for it. Yeah, I waited. I'm a waiter. No, I'm messing with you, bro.
But
the tip
see,
of
that's
what?
that shit what we was talking about.
Yup, you see it? Waited. He waited for it.
That's that shit. But what's the name? He just gave me without, you know, he gave it to me in my hand. I'm like, dude, like I just like you ain't gonna let me wash my. Okay, whatever. Like,
hey, man, he wanted to give it to you in your hand.
At least he washed his hands. But
That's respect, though. No, it's like really, like he really want to like put it in your hand.
Like,
and
dude,
I'm not. Now you probably taking it too far. Then I try to go with it, but I'm trying to say he tried to show you respect and decency.
Yeah,
like I appreciate.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
No, which is cool, but like I just like learn. Like yeah, oh, okay, all right, thank you, all right, sir. It's kind of weird, bro.
I understand how that could go. Like I don't like talking at the start. Like I had some dudes talking, and sometimes I do look too friendly, overly friendly. I just like, okay.
Especially
I'm trying to focus, dude. Like leave me alone, dude.
You'll go to the game like, yeah, we beat your ass today. Then we,
you got the jersey on, and you better get.
Did you just tap me on my shoulder?
Man, you better catch one. Like, you wasn't on the field, but you better catch one.
For real.
But see, people are like, well, I mean, at games and stuff, people been drinking, so you know, okay. But like when you sober and you know, you're at a public like restaurant or something like that. Well, I mean, you might not be sober, but still, I don't know. Me, I'm never gonna like start a conversation with somebody in the bathroom at the stall.
At all.
At all. I don't even care if I know you. I don't care. Like, so bro, what's that?
I'm like, yo, I just thought. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I had conversations like that with dudes I know, but it's not like I'm looking at them while talking. Like, I could sit right here and talk to you and not have to look right in your eyes right now. And that's how I talk.
See, hey, look, some people they can't multitask at the same time.
I can't. I'm like, nah, I'm not.
And next thing you know, they peeing on the floor. I'm like, yo, what are you doing? You can't multitask.
Nah, bro. Yeah, you gotta stay focused. You gotta be able to do this and that. Like, cause if you look at me, I'm gonna think it's weird. Stop.
Yeah.
Nah, right. Though. I think with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and take a break.
All right, cool. Yeah. We back.
KcFromTheAve.
Yes, sir. We're back from our little break.
Yes, sir.
All right, Scoop, go ahead.
Real quick before we go into our conversation, I wanted to give a shout out to one of our football brothers from Duval back in the day, Trevor, and the Proctor family. We want to send our deepest condolences. They lost one of their family members, Nathaniel Proctor. We all know him as Coach Unc.
Yes, sir.
He passed away, and I wasn't able to make the funeral, and I feel bad about that. But I just want to send our deepest condolences to the Proctor family. Coach Unc was probably one of the most caring coach I ever had, and he did things for me that he didn't have to do. He didn't have to have me spend a night at his house. He didn't have to take me out to eat. He didn't have to buy Under Armour and stuff for me that I needed. He didn't had to give me certain advice that other coaches didn't, seem to have to. You know what I'm saying? He did that, and I saw him like not too long ago still giving me advice and all that. So I was extremely saddened when I found out that he passed away, and may him rest in peace, and he will forever be missed. And Coach Unc, rest in peace. I love you, bro. And Trevor, I love you. Keep your head up. And condolences again, to your family, and that's coming from the Spade of Spades podcast.
All right,
That's real.
Well put. All right, so back to our conversation that we was having. We kind of got off topic a little bit.
About the arguments and discussions. Like most people don't really know how to really talk about the true issues that's bothering them. That's why we all don't trust each other and think we got malicious intent, evil intent. Like we're trying to do something to get at someone or get back at them, and everybody got these narratives in their head because they've been locked away in their head for a long time to themselves, so they create this narrative like, don't nobody care, let me, do for me, take care of me, get over on people how I can. And they're not really to talk about the things that they need to that's actually going to fix their issue. They get more defensive when they start to see that and you said something about it, where they try to switch it, they play the victim or, do whatever to make themselves more comfortable with who they are at the moment. So, a lot of people not holding that accountability for themselves with the conversational and just being able to not get so defensive and emotional and take a discussion. Like, we could right here and solve this. Like, we can talk about everything, be real. You got to be understanding both parties of the, conversation, the argument or whatever, you're discussing, no matter the topic. You got to be brutally honest, but you also got to be understanding. You got to be able to sit there and deliver with each other and be patient with one another. The person you're having a conversation with, don't rush them. You got all the time in the world. What's the rush? Like, time ain't going nowhere for real. When you really think about it, when you sit there and be in the moment, it's not going nowhere. Mm-hmm. It's forever at that moment.
I'm gonna turn devouring even more. Y'all know I don't give a damn. So I'm gonna turn up a little bit more.
That was nothing but the truth, though, bro. Go ahead.
If we having a disagreement, right? Don't call me out of my name.
That's immature.
Don't do that. I'm not saying. And once again, going back to our sisters, because they don't talk about this amongst each other when they have a disagreement with their man. They don't. It's, what he did. Well, what the fuck he did? All right, what role did you play in that? Right? You know what I'm saying?
A disagreement don't have to be an argument.
Right. It don't have to be like that. It don't
have to be an argument.
And the other thing, I
might be a little, a little emotional because I feel it, I feel the type of way about it.
From this.
You know what I'm saying? But we can, you know what I'm saying? Just because I don't like a certain thing that you doing, that does not mean I don't fuck with you.
Like, I'm about to leave you.
I'm telling you this because I fuck with you. If I didn't fuck with you, I'd be like, yeah, be up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Don't come over here. I don't want to fuck with you. I'm not saying that. It's just something that I don't particularly like, and I would like you to change. I hope you feel me on that. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't, then that's cool. Then you gotta, do your thug dizzle. But don't get mad at me because it's a particular thing that I don't like and I'm telling you about it. Or my disagreement about it, you want to argue now. Like, why does it have to turn into that just because I'm disagreeing with what you doing or not liking certain things you're not doing? Why does it have to turn and all of a sudden, I don't fuck with you. I don't fuck with you. I never said that.
But,
I just disagree.
why all of a sudden, when we having a disagreement and it turns into an argument, you want to get disrespectful. And I'm speaking from personal experience. Mm-hmm. I mean, because it has happened to me.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? But it don't have to be like that. Because the minute I start going on you,
it's a whole issue.
Now you crying, you don't like it, you block me, whatever. But when I want to have a civil conversation as adults, and you don't like it and you get upset, all of a sudden you want to start calling me out of my name. All right, cool. When I do it and I start going on you, now I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But before it got to that point, I was just trying to have a civil conversation, hash out whatever you're trying to hash out. But, you want to take it from here to here. Exactly. All right, cool. And, because me, sometimes I don't even care. I pick and choose where I go from here to here. For the most part, I try to stay down here. But some days I'm like, you know what? I don't give a fuck. Like today's the day. Today's the day.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not always a good thing, though.
It's not always a good thing. But
I was like, I didn't want to cut you off, but I'm like, I know what you mean because I do it too, but I try to check.
But see, here's why.
I learned to just stop waiting. Stop waiting. Actually, tackle it right then and there. Like, start now. Stop waiting. The thing is, we wait and let it build up. It's just like a steaming pot. It's boiling. It's boiling. Of course, you're going to explode the way you do when you keep waiting like that. That's the reason why that method isn't working. You got to try a whole new form of thinking to just reverse that. Like, let me try the opposite because this ain't working. You got to try.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. But, sometimes some people, I always try to, give a heads up, like, all right, chill out. Or like, all right, calm down, kind of thing. Because sometimes I just let it ride, but other times I don't. Because now, when the times that I don't, all right, now I'm drawing that line in the sand. Like, all right, now you're doing too much.
Yeah.
Because now if I go there with you, you ain't gonna like it. You know what I'm saying? So let's remain at an even kill level somewhat and figure out what's going on. Yeah, now, if you don't want to do that, then whatever we disagreeing about is never going to get hashed out. And now we're going to have bigger problems after that. You know what I'm saying?
And when a lot of issue is, people tend to walk on eggshells because you don't want to particularly come off. When you have conversations with certain people.
Strong and offended.
You know what I'm saying? And they get offended or when other people, do stuff to them. So when you when you talking to them and you fuck with them, you don't want to you want to make them feel like that. You know what I'm saying? So you tend to walk on eggshells a little bit, but then it gets to a point where it's like you have a disagreement or something you don't particularly like, you would like them to fix.
Yeah.
But then you ain't never really asked questions because you walking on eggshells. There's nothing you can, you don't really know the words to really, say to them to really get it. But then when you need to say it, it's been a built up. It's been boiled up. It's been momentum.
You say it a little harsh because
then you said it with a little bit more. You know what I'm saying?
A fire behind it, a little bit more intensity. Like, let me use this word.
But you know what I'm saying? Well, me personally, try to calm down, then express it, and then all of a sudden, how I didn't want you to feel. It's how you feel, but I'm like, it's not like that. I still fuck with you though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When other people didn't, I still fuck with you though. It's just I don't like this. What you doing? I don't like what you're doing. That's it. I want you to come back. I want you to. I enjoy your company.
Right.
I just don't like this particular thing. That's it.
Son, I love you. I really do. But
I fuck with you.
Part of
fuck with you hard body.
Right.
Hard body. If I didn't fuck with you, I didn't want you to be near me. I see you when I see you. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Nah.
You know, I would rather, like, you know, a woman that I'm dealing with, I would rather her tell me, you know what, right now it's not a good time for us to have this conversation. We'll talk later on about this.
Okay then.
I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't want to say the wrong thing, if you want to get your thoughts together, so that way we can have a civil two-way conversation later on, I'm cool with that. I would rather that happen versus miscommunication.
Yeah, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
So for a woman that like experienced trauma, what you think going through her head at that time when you want to wait, till later, to talk about things?
Well, for her, it depends on the woman, obviously, but
yeah, there's a lot of thoughts that can get manifested for being alone. Also, when y'all just waiting, separated from one another, because the energy that y'all get together is completely different. She has more reassurance when she's right beside you.
Yeah, I think it depends on what the conversation that has to be had.
It gets scary for women. No, it's like for women, they sometimes they just think anything could be that point where they just make you leave.
And
in their head,
with that woman.
yeah. So in their head, they just thinking like, all right, if I give this man time away, he's going to start to realize that I'm not good enough and he's going to leave. So that's why they try to rush situations.
Nah, because some women, they, when they're in their like a pressure packed situation, like at that moment in time, some women, they shut down. And they don't want to.
It's trauma related too,
right? It can be. But what I'm saying is, it's counterproductive because us as men, like we want to solve shit right then and there, right? But sometimes, like for them, some of them they shut down, and some of them need that time to kind of gather themselves, and figure out their thought process, and then come back to the table with the conversation.
It's not sitting there by themselves, think to themselves. It's actually healing, getting the help they need to talk about the issues that they're not talking about. There's more stuff deeper down they're not communicating, that's coming from their foundation, their childhood, that they're still visualizing in their life now, because that's what they think their reality is in their head.
Well, that don't got nothing to do with us.
It does, because it's coming to, because if you're trying to be with this woman, it does.
No. But what I'm saying is, whatever they might be going through at that point in time before you came around has nothing to do with you.
It does, because she's bringing that into your relationship.
No, but what I'm saying is, like, the direct result of how psychologically or emotionally she is at that moment in time has nothing to do with you.
You don't know what state she's in. Yeah, she could be still experienced that trauma and like codependency or abandonment. So she just may be trying to cling to you for a certain thing, and that's why you actually don't know.
I think it make a difference because you coming in with a different mind frame that you have to prepare for. Like different mind frames, you gotta, you gotta prepare different. Like if they come battered, you have to be prepared to.
You gotta know what you're dealing with.
Battered female.
Yeah, you gotta know what you gotta know how.
So you have to understand that, she's gonna have the mentality and the reactions of a battered female.
Now you think as a man, how do I deal with this?
You know what I'm saying? How do I deal with that? You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of battered females that we went through, we encountered, we didn't really, care that much to really go through that. You know what I'm saying? But
until you meet that one person.
If you fall in love with somebody who's battered, you gotta deal with that. I see if she wasn't battered, she come to a clear mind and she's ready for a relationship and all that. That's cool. That's a whole different. You don't gotta really worry about her being battered part because she's not battered. But if she is, you gotta deal with that.
I remember when we had That's Why Your Block Pod on,
and vice versa. Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
We kind of touched on this, Casey, when you wasn't here, but
damn, I wish you was here.
We like as men sometimes we tend to and it's the same for women too, but our tolerance for, I guess, like a battered female is a little bit longer versus the tolerance for a battered man.
You want to know why?
Go ahead.
Trauma. The psychology from when we was kids. Our mama was a little bit, not too good for us, made us a little, codependent or did each relationship is different no matter what, but this experience is still similar. Like our mothers made us a certain way. That's why we like a certain woman that give us some of these qualities that is kind of like our mother. It don't have to be fully, but some of these. She reminds me of my mom. She's gonna take care of me somewhat like my mom. She's gonna hit me up when still getting on my nerves, but it's still like my mom. She's calling me like my mom, and you see those patterns running in your head. It's a cycle. That's the cycle we tend to fall to because our environment. We just really not paying attention because we're so overwhelmed with what's going on inside of here. You don't just take a step to just look into the moment and be present.
Oh, you're right about that, because when a lot of people don't realize, like when you growing up, you know what I'm saying, the people that your family is going to not all the time. I'm not going to say all the time, but like most of the time, it's going to determine how your relationship with them certain type of people is going to be. So like with your father, how your relationship with your father is kind of like how you going to react to men, period. You know what I'm saying? How your relationship is going to go with men, period. Vice versa with your mother. And then when you hang with your cousins and all that, that's really your first friends. Your first friends is your cousins.
Mm-hmm. Your family members, because y'all feel obligated to each other, but y'all get close.
That's like your little first, your first friend for real.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's going to, lay down.
You start to meet the world.
On how you going to, you know what I'm saying?
Meet the world.
You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So that's why when you see, you know what I'm saying, how you acting like that? Or you had your father, you're like, oh, you know what I'm saying?
It makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? I'm the only child. Oh, that's why you don't know how to be a fucking friend. You know what I'm saying? But like certain shit like that. You know, not saying that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If you're a lonely child, you don't know how to be a friend. But you know what I'm saying? It can dictate that. That's what I'm saying.
You know, that's crazy. You bring that up because when we were in school, there were a lot of people that we knew in school that acted a certain kind of way, and at the time it was just like it might have been weird, or it might have been like, yo, like what's up with them?
Then you get older,
and then when you get older, like we are now, and you had those conversations with those people, looking back at that time, and they explain like what was going on, it comes full circle as to why they were acting a certain kind of way in school. Yeah, because man, we had people in school who perceived to be a certain kind of way, and then out, like when they was by themselves, they weren't that way at all. It's like, yo, like just be yourself. Like that's one thing. Like everyone like always like told me, like no matter what, like you always were yourself, whether you was like no matter like who you was with. I'm like, yeah, like because what I got to put on the front for?
Exactly. I see people from school all the time. They're like, "You still the same school." I'm like, "Look, I'm not gonna change. I'm a mature.
Yeah.
I'm a mature, but I'm not gonna change."
Yeah.
That's
you know
the
what I'm saying?
difference from maturing.
Yeah, maturing and change is two different things. Sometimes you gotta change as a person. But I'm not going to change my, how I am.
Your morals, your baseline, your standards, everything, your metric
how you move change. Me as a person, not gonna change. You can get the same scoop you met freshman year. I'm just mature now. That's it.
I like that. Maturing and changing are two different things.
It's two different things, man.
That's true. Because people think, and people think too, like as we get older and you kind of lose contact with certain people or some people, they think, oh well, you outgrew me, or you don't fuck with me no more. It's like, no, not necessarily. I mean, that might be the case.
Nah, you just got to meet me where I am now. I can't go back to that.
You outgrow people, though.
Right.
It happens.
It's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
It happens. You know what I'm saying?
Wrong with that.
Especially, sometimes you wouldn't think you would outgrow a person. Like one of my, real closest friend from childhood, we kind of outgrew each other. You know what I'm saying? Which is cool. We still, show love on Instagram and da-da-da. We just don't have that relationship that we used to. which is cool, bro. He can still call me right now and be like, bro, like, I'm in the rut. I need you to come. I'm cutting this podcast short. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? That man was there for me, you know what I'm saying, since we was boys, you know what I'm saying? Just when we got older, we kind of went our separate ways, but that's my guy still.
At the end of the day, y'all still got a bond, you
That's
know.
still my guy.
Yeah,
Still
I mean,
my guy.
you know, and we all got boys who, you know, still kind of like living life on the edge.
Yeah.
You know that we still close with, you know, that's still here or might have, you know, crossed over to the other side, but you know, even now, like, if shit hit the fan, they know the call. For real. I mean, because it's like we've developed that bond.
Yeah.
You know, and
Can't be taken away. Can't be.
It can't be taken away. It's a brotherhood.
You stuck. It's gonna in the back of your mind.
Yeah, it's a brotherhood. You know.
Hell yeah.
You know, especially like Casey, me and you go way back.
Elementary
to like second grade, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
that's a long time. Yeah, and I mean, even like, you know, just together, like growing up, like going to school, like we've seen so much different stuff with different people, you know, that's still here doing good, the worse off, or not even here no more.
Yeah.
You know, and
the world keep moving, man.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care if you played a couple games, if you was in the season, or if you didn't even play a game.
You could drop 50
if you played
points
football, if you played football with me during
Yeah.
Duval, you will forever be my football brother. Forever. Even though we're not as close as brothers, you will always be my football brother.
Yeah, that team.
You will always be my football brother. Forever.
That's why, you know, when I have kids, you know, girls or boys, I'm gonna put them in sports.
The camaraderie
It's a good
that you
experience.
get,
It's just different.
the camaraderie that you get is two different things. Like I did karate, which is like more you by yourself, you know, when you go into there. And then I did football. You know what I'm saying? It's two different, you know what I'm saying, ways to feel how you win or lose. You know what I'm saying? When I was doing karate, it was more like that was on me. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy that I'm able to do it, but I had to only focus on me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With that, you have to have a whole team in unison, and y'all going through it together. Now I don't have to deal with issues by myself. I'm here with y'all, and we here in the mud. Sometimes family is whoever in the mud with you at that moment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just like, you know, the homeless people, they don't got nothing but the people that's out in the mud with them. And they create that bond. That's family to them.
Yeah.
Because they in the mud with them. You right by here going through the same thing I'm going through, and I'm hurt. You got my back. You feel me? It's something about that, Slim.
Yeah.
There's something about that.
That's the only thing that I miss, man, is the locker room.
Boy.
Like those moments, like
It was so fun,
like
dog.
before practice, after practice.
I just don't miss the smell, but that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
But you see what it prepared you for. Just basically, it's life.
Yeah,
It's like
bro.
being able to support someone else and be able to rely on someone else and just be a team and just learn that
How to
everybody got a
handle
role.
your
Nobody
emotions.
need to be carrying all the weight on their back. Let's spread this out. That way we can move faster and get this win. We focus on this win and we enjoy life and have fun. You know, we did it together. You know, can't no one person do it together.
People up and down, we was there. You know what I'm saying?
By
Like
themselves.
just the camaraderie, man. The camaraderie that we gained, it would never go away. I still talk to some of the football players to this day. You know what I'm saying? And we always end up going back to, you know, back in the day in the locker rooms, the crank sessions. You know what I'm saying? And Joan on each other. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it
It's
used to
funny.
be
I mean,
crazy,
unless
man.
you don't be too sensitive. Don't take it too serious. It's
Not
not
at
that
all.
serious, bro. You know,
Not at all. Our coaches is still than that than us. Because
Have
they
fun with each
was
other.
real they was real on good. I mean, they was real on like tough love and all that, which
Right.
I grew up on because that's how my
Yeah.
dad was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But some of them used to pull you to the side, like, bro, I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm trying. This is what I'm trying to do. If I don't talk to you, if I don't say nothing to you, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
If I'm coaching you and I'm on your ass, that means I care.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? As a youngin', it was kind of hard to
the graph stat.
Like, if you fucking me, why you so hard? No,
because you
get your shit together.
Right.
But you see that though, because in the kid, as a kid, you just thinking about yourself. Don't none else exist but you.
No,
Yeah,
I'm roughing you up not to hurt you. I'm roughing you up so you can get your shit together, so you can realize, what you're doing, so you can get back on the right path.
Why you
I'm not
me?
trying to hurt you, man.
I feel like you're trying to hurt me.
I'm not.
you know who used to
saying?
stay on my ass? Coach Kevin.
Kevin. I knew you was gonna say
He used to stay on my ass,
Kevin,
bro.
Man. Shout out to Kevin.
No,
dog.
because Coach Kevin go back to the Lanham days.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
you played with him in Lanham?
Yeah. Yeah. So in high school, like when he came there, I
You
was
just saw your world crush, huh?
I was just like,
Then you was like his Jesse brother on
The
top of
despair in
it.
his eyes. He's like,
Ain't you Jesse brother? Like, ooh.
man. I mean, but
He was a really good coach.
He was
an asshole though, but he was a really good coach.
as an offensive mind, he was
a really good
ahead
coach.
of his time.
He was a really good coach.
Yeah.
He was a really good coach.
And then at the time, I'm like, yo, like, why the fuck is he on my ass so much?
you're not getting that message. You're not getting the message. You
And
don't
'cause, like,
understand what he's trying to
as a
say.
kid, like we don't understand. Like it's. I mean, I didn't take it personal, because my father was in the military, so I understand that
Yeah.
from that standpoint.
Discipline.
But it was just like, yo, like I ain't messing up that bad, but it's just like him trying to like tap into me more. Like there's more that you can put out that you don't see that I see.
You've been
kind
afraid
of thing.
of it. That's what he's telling you.
Right? Yeah.
Behind Powell, I didn't like him the most, but he motivated me to to do better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But at the time, I'm just like, man, like he's saying a lot of shit. Like I felt him like pushing me, but like I didn't like what he was saying.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it motivated me, but still, I was just like,
Yeah,
what?
sometimes people could do a little better,
but
be
it's-
more diligent or gentle.
But I needed that shit, man, to go through the hard life that's adulthood, bruh. You need people like that that's gonna sharpen, that's gonna harden you. You know what I'm saying? That's
Teach
gonna
you.
sharpen you because the life.
You good?
My bad.
No,
My bad. You know how when you
about to
rub
flip
your
the
chest-
table. Get him. Take his hoodie off. Let's get him.
know-
Put him down. CPR.
Hey man,
Beside
I will resuscitate you right here live on the air, man.
Take the hoodie
off. I will do
Come
it.
on.
Nah, but real quick before we get off, shout out to Paris. Remember Paris? Baxter?
Oh, he Powell. He turned into Powell.
He's at Fort Valley.
He sure is.
Fort Valley University. Is it Fort Valley State?
dope.
I think so.
Or was it Fort Valley? Anyway, he's a linebackers and safeties coach.
Yep, he sure is, and I'm proud of that nigga. He
And-
realized turned into Powell.
And
That gentleman, that young
Purse-
man, and that black man.
Purse is
doing his thing.
another man I grew up with. We go back to, I mean, we go way back, just like me and you do, Casey, to like the days where we was playing, flag football and Boys and Girls Club. Shout out to his brother Antoine. He used to coach us when we were smaller. But
He was one of the realest teammates I ever had.
yeah,
Paris was one of the realest teammates I ever had.
and he just got
Because
better.
Paris told you shit that not a lot of people would tell you.
Yeah,
Hey, Scoop, the reason why you not playing right now because you be on some bullshit. If you get your ass together, he was
That information
teammate.
help you.
He was that
That
teammate.
information make you better too.
And he was
That's what you
also the
need.
teammate to give you props when you needed to get props.
and you know what too? He played hurt too.
Yes, he did.
He played.
Yes, he
hurt.
did. Because he hurt. He played hurt during that Flowers game, and that was his best game of that season.
He got the dog.
For real. We should have won that game.
Come on,
and
man.
that would have been
Let's-
because of Paris.
Let's not go back.
And we
to
would have
that
been in the
game.
playoffs. So for real, shout out to you, bro.
Yeah.
You doing your thug
Congratulations,
thizzle.
bro.
Congratulations, bro.
Yeah.
Real nigga shit.
That's dope.
All right, good people. That's it for today's show. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. This is Spade of Spades Podcast. We will see you guys in 2 weeks. The weather's warming up.
Ooh, you smell the
I bet
smell. The spring is coming.
And it's cicadas.
Huh? Oh. We got to deal with those two. Every time they say they going to come out,
They're coming
they
back.
don't come out. Like, they were supposed to come out like a couple years ago. They ain't never come out, bro.
About to stay inside. Quarantine.
All right. We'll see y'all in 2 weeks. Y'all be safe. We out. Peace.
Peace.